What's up, everybody? Pocho Valon here, coming to you after the first match days are done in Europe. I know a lot of us, since the World Cup final, we're watching the Leagues Cup and Liga MX and or MLS. Some were probably watching the South American teams as well, but everyone knows when it comes down to the world of world football, the big leagues are the European leagues. A lot of match day ones took place in many places around Europe. Just to go over a recap of not say all the games, but some of the key ones, the ones that notably stand out here. So to start off, we're going to start off in the Premiership here in England. Arsenal started out their title defense with a convincing 3-0 win. Then you had a key few upsets here. Hull City beat Manchester United 2-0, which shocked a lot of people. Man City, though, did win their game against Bournemouth. Then you have as well, like Liverpool and Newcastle tying up 2-2. Then you can say Aston Villa, like with a lot of talks about Aston Villa like making more of a jump in the Prem, off to the worst start possible, losing 5-0 to Brighton on that. So like again, the Prem, every week's different with the Premiership. I know there's a couple games left tomorrow, the fixture match day one. So, but for sure, out of all these leagues, the Premiership is the most competitive, and you will see some interesting results every single week in that side of the world. Now, as we go down towards like La Liga, Barcelona started out their defense quite convincingly with a 5-0 win today here. Rafinha played excellent as an attacking striker. I think Rafinha, you really think about it, he has been for Barcelona a very key contributor in many different phases. So for example, like he has been a great number 10, a great winger, and as well a great striker here. With that, also with Barcelona, they wore the Kobe Bryant jersey today. As of August 33rd is Kobe's birthday, and of course August 24th for a lot of Kobe fans is Kobe Day, so it kind of seems fitting on that. That's why I'm wearing this jersey right now as well. Coming up here, then other key games here is Atletico against Villarreal, tied 2-2 at the end of that. The big story there was Julian Alvarez. I think he was being booed by Atletico fans. As everybody should know, he was trying to go to Barcelona over the summer, but Atleti did not let that happen. And of course, the fans don't forgive him for that as well. Real Madrid did also win the opening fixture as well. So again, La Liga, quite the matchup here. Then you can say Serie A, the two key fixtures I'll probably say is Juventus to win their game 1-0, and then you have AC Milan winning 2-1. The reason why that's important because the two Americans, you can say McKennie and Pulisic. Really, Pulisic is still out right now for AC Milan, but Yunus Musa did play for AC Milan and also had a key contributor towards one of their goals coming up as well. Then I think the other two leagues, you can say Bundesliga is not officially started yet, but I know in the German, you can say German Super Cup, Bayern Munich did beat you can say Dortmund on that. Sorry, apologies on that, 2-1. And then lastly, you look in the French league, PSG is back out to their normal start. The big move that they made was for Ferran Torres, as you know, the guy who scored the game winner in the World Cup for Spain this summer. He started his campaign pretty efficiently with 2 goals of his own when it came down to that for the champs of Champions League. So like I said, so far a lot of key games that started so far for the fixtures of the European leagues. I know in the Premiership, there's some games left to close out the fixture on that. But on that exciting match day one, let me know what you think down below of what you think of what team did well on that. I think other key things to discuss, if you really think about it, why this time frame is important, because there's some key talks about transfers still taking place, right? So meaning that we are still in August, there's still another week in August, which means the transfer window is still open. So there is a lot of movement that can technically take place, right? So some late rumors I've been hearing more or less on that. Obviously the Hormiga, right, ended up going to Olympiacos. That deal is complete. I think he's been introduced into the squad already in Greece, so we wish him the best of luck. Vaya con Dios. Hopefully makes all the Mexicans proud there. Then I think the other two key rumors right now, you can kind of say right now in the European circuit, One is Lida going to Monaco. That's been a big talk, but supposedly they can't get the transfer fee down on the price with Cruz Azul. Supposedly Cruz Azul wants more money for him, which Monaco is not willing to pay, unless, or I guess you could say, like, unless this next guy does go, right, which is following Balogun right now. So Balogun right now is linked up right now currently to 3 clubs. He's currently linked up with Spurs. He's currently linked up with Aston Villa, and he's also currently supposedly linked up with Barcelona. Like, we'll see how like that kind of turns out. As you look at the fixtures from, like, you can say from like Spurs and from Aston Villa, they definitely need a number 9, and they will most likely pay a lot of money for it. So I think, you think about Monaco, they get extra funds from that. Maybe they can't pay the extra transfer fee to get Lida on the team. Who knows? But like, speaking about Balogun, you really think about like his options. His options are pretty good. I think probably, in my opinion, the worst case scenario for him is he stays at Monaco. Then I think if you could say other options is like maybe Spurs might not be the best thing, because I know Spurs are spending a lot of money to try to get themselves relevant, but there's no real structure for the team right now, so it might not be the best situation for him. Austin Villa, yes, they had a horrible day. They lost 5-0 today. It's not really the greatest, but you really think about it, in general, like, he does fit in as a number 9 immediately. He will get playing time with him, exactly. So that could help him develop more as a striker, and great for the U.S. men's national team. He continues to do that. Lastly, Barcelona. Barcelona is like, in my opinion, if he ends up going there, if that happens, is a glass half empty, glass half full type of like approach, right? On one hand, if he's in Barcelona, he'll be pretty much in the team that most likely will be the best in Europe, most likely the best in the world, right? With that means like the practices he'll be a part of, he's going to be able to elevate his game because he sees that on an everyday environment. Now, the hard side is if he doesn't get into the starting 11 consistently, this could be a problem later on, right? The example I'm going to use with this is Serginho Dest when he was with Barcelona a few years back, that like he was in the lineup sometimes he wasn't. And then there was a lot of like turmoil that came with that. And especially, I hate to say it, but like, I still think any American player that goes to a big club sometimes does not get the respect that they deserve. And for Dest, you can tell that like the crowd turned on him quickly. Granted, like, it's tough. That team is still a great team. You can say it's a top 5 club in the world, so it's very hard to be consistent in the lineup if you're not from Spain, right? And that's just the reality of it. But I feel like for Balogun, he does provide an opportunity to be a number 9. If he gets into the consistent lineup as he can be, then this could be a huge move for him, because like that ends up happening. Then now he's not only playing like with great players every day in practice, but at the same time he's been playing some of the biggest Champions League matches there is. That could be, and that can definitely help out the U.S. men's national team moving forward. So those are some key transfer things to look out for. We're roughly around like 7 days left in the transfer window. A lot of things can happen between now and then, but I'm curious how this transfer window is going to end up for everybody. Oh, I forgot one more person. Apologies. Guillermo Mora, forgot about him. The 17-year-old phenom that plays at Cholos in Tijuana. Right now he's linked up with some key clubs, and same thing. I think worst case scenario is he doesn't leave Liga MX. I think that'd be the worst case scenario for him, especially a talent like him that's 17 years old, that has a lot of the big clubs, wanting him. I think he should go to Europe of some kind. I think if he ends up going to Europe, I would say for sure a top 5 league. He should not be going to PSV Eindhoven in Holland, or go to, like, you could say Olympiacos in Greece, or let's say Fenerbahce in Turkey. That shouldn't be happening. I think he should go to a top 5 league. I think in the top 5 league, I think, let's say he goes like to the Prem, probably playing for a team in like probably the top half of the table. I think every other league probably in the top 5 if he can run that. So I'm kind of curious here. There are some suitors, supposedly, like Manchester United's really interested in him. Same thing, Real Madrid's really interested in him as well. So let's just see where Guillermo Mora ends up. And I think, like, for the best thing for him right now at his age is he needs to get to Europe and start playing. And it doesn't have to be, he has to be a starter for one of these teams. He just has to be involved with the everyday practices and the everyday training to get him up to speed, right? And in the World Cup, he already shows how dynamic he can be. It just all depends of how he can just put all the finishing touches together, right? But other than that, like I said, it's a lot of time left in transfer window. But this week coming up, you're right, you got end of match day 1's coming up tomorrow in the Premier. Prem and other leagues. And then we'll redo this all over again next weekend for match day 2s here coming up. Bundesliga most likely will be match day 1. But on that, comment what you think down below. What game did you watch? Biggest upset, biggest surprise so far in match day 1. And then, of course, let me know what transfer you would like to see coming up on the transfer window that's going to end on August 31st. On that, enjoy the matches here. Have a great week, everybody. Peace.